Anxiety, worry, it's all around us all the time. Everybody I speak to at the moment seems to kind of feel that tension of worry, anxiety. And how do we deal with it? What do we do about anxiety? Maybe you're worried about, should I send my kids back to school? Maybe you're worried about what's going to happen to my job, or what about my health? How do I deal with that? Well, people will tell us all sorts of different things about our worries. Don't worry, be happy. Kuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. What does it mean again?
It means no worries for the rest of your days.
Ah, yes. No worries for the rest of your days. And yet, how is it that we actually do that? In the Bible, Jesus speaks, but he says this. He said to his disciples, this is in Luke 12, "Therefore I tell you, don't be anxious about your life or what you'll eat, nor about your body or what you will put on." Jesus says, don't be anxious. And you kind of think, well, okay, but how do I do that? It's a command that comes up again and again and again, super common. Don't be anxious, don't worry. You see, worry, it comes from having something that we love threatened. On some level, it's something that we love threatened. And anxiety is kind of similar, except for that what happens with anxiety is our mind kind of goes to worst case scenario slightly more quickly. And of course, for some people, there are real medical conditions to do with anxiety where our mind simply jumps from a kind of trigger straight to a physical response often. What we're encouraged to do when we're facing worry and anxiety is to investigate it. What is it that I'm listening to? What is it I'm believing? Where is it that my mind is going? So, for example, it might be that you're thinking, okay, I'm worried about being made redundant. And you think, okay, well, but why is it? Is it that I'm worried about not being able to, I don't know, provide for my family? Or is it that actually I really, my job, it means a lot to me, it's a kind of a status thing, and I'd be really embarrassed of saying to somebody, actually, I'm no longer a lawyer, but I've been made redundant. You see, the same kind of worry, being made redundant, can come from all sorts of different things that we love that might be threatened. Now here's the thing, as Christians, it's not that we don't love other things, but we love God the most, and know that therefore the thing that we love the most is unshakable. And that means that we can get through whatever else life threatens us with. In fact, it means more than that. You see, if we listen to God, we see promises about life that are far more solid than anything that anybody else can offer. So Jesus carries on, he says, "For life is more than food, and the body is more than clothing. Consider the ravens, they neither sow nor reap. They have neither storehouse nor barn, yet God feeds them. Of how much more value are you than the birds?" As you worry about things, think about the ravens, the birds. They don't kind of try and sort out their own kind of food. They don't plant and create fields. They don't kind of sort out their own clothes. They're not sorting all that stuff for themselves. No, what they do is they trust that God will provide for them. And in the same way, Christians, when we get worried, we need to come back to promises that God has made about and for us. So maybe I'm worried about my health, and I need to remember, wait a second, in all things, there's a promise in the Bible, in all things God works to make me more like Jesus. Okay, maybe I'm worried about dying. There's a promise in the Bible that he who trusts in God will live even though he dies. Maybe I'm worried about providing for my family. Again, there's a promise. The Lord will give us all that we need. Not all that we want necessarily, but all that we need. Maybe I worry about what people will think of me. And yet, even in this very passage, Jesus helps me out with that. Are you not of far more value than the birds? Of course, Christians at times will get worried about things. But when we do, we've got sure and certain promises of God that we can trust in. And they're more certain than anything else around us can offer. You see, if there is no God, if actually I am only a collection of atoms thrown together randomly, and it all rests on me, then actually as I kind of run down that worry about, say, losing my job, it's very difficult to come up with a reassuring answer. But if there is a God, and even if you don't believe in a God, just track with me here. If there is a God and he's big enough to create the world and he loves you enough to send his son Jesus to die on a cross for you, if there is a God who both loves you that much and is powerful enough, then surely the promises he makes can offer you real security when you are anxious. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, that would be enough to make me think, I want to check this out. If you want to find out more, please do watch the other videos on this channel. We've got another video even about anxiety and prayer. Or get in touch with us. Drop us a line, drop us something below this video. We'd love to hear from you. But for the moment, thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.